Here's how to really change and become the ultimate version of yourself. If you are tired of backtracking on your word and not seeing transformation happen, you need to do this. Hello there guys, and welcome to this video. If you're wanting ultimate change in your life, this is gonna be a video you're gonna watch, because I am not just talking about it, I am being about it, and I can finally physically show some of the differences that have happened in my life. A portion of today's video is in paid partnership with Sky, but more on that in a second. So guys, I'm sitting here in gym kit and I am currently almost 10 to 15 pounds lighter than I was in August. I recently just saw myself on the pack and I just girl, 39.6. Here's me from the front, the side, and not from the hunchback behind. Probably happier than ever, and have finally been able to make certain changes in my life where I can see the difference on the outside as well as feel the difference on the inside. And I really wanted to share how I've done that to really give the girlies the tip, because I know that people talk about reinvention and they talk about changing and they talk about this and they talk about that, but sometimes it's not visible. And one thing I've learned about change is that it's not overnight, but a mindset shift can be in an instant. Like, you might have to make a decision one day to be like, nah, I'm done with this. Last year, I was looking at myself and I was like, nah, this isn't hitting it. This isn't where I want to be. I just feel a little sloppy and I wasn't feeling good. And also that was reflective in the chaos that was also in my head. Establishing a new identity. I feel like this should be well known, but I don't think everybody understands this. You need to have this character of who you are in your head. And you know, there was obviously this concept of that girl, right? That girl. It's really about reframing who you think you are. I am a fit girl. Like, I'm toned. I go to the gym. I eat salads. I wake up early. I'm just that type of girl. I don't want to be a girl who's sloppy. I had to work on reframing and creating the character who I am. I'm a yummy mummy who lives in Notting Hill. So what does a yummy mummy who lives in Notting Hill do? She's up early, she has her gym kit on, she goes on a power walk in the morning, she drops her kids off, she goes to a yoga session, she has a smoothie, and she's about her business. I visualize that as who I am. You might see yourself as, I'm sitting at the head of the table and I'm surrounded by people who work for me. I'm a business owner. You have to see yourself and create this new identity. I am a runner. I am a mother. I am that girl. And once you establish that, that is who I am, and drop maybe some of the old messaging and the old identities that you have for who you are, then you can start to build a new routine and habits off of the back of that identity. But if you see yourself as a slob, or if you say, oh, I'm a little chaotic, I'm a little bit slow, or I'm a little unconfident, no, babe. You need a new identity. Create a character, create a persona, put that on, put that in your head, and walk about that every single day. Every single one of us, every single day, have negative thoughts, right? They come into our head and they either elevate us or they quench us, right? We're either going to be about our business or we're not going to be about our business because of the thoughts that come into your head. And everybody just lets thoughts happen, but you don't realize you can take control of your thoughts. And when you take control of your thoughts, you can literally transform your life. So this is something that I started doing. I started daily pages. So I started writing down. I'm not really a journaler because I've got very messy. No, I've got amazing handwriting. You see that? Do you see how I just took control of my identity? Right there, right? Wow. You see that? That's an example, right? So I'm not necessarily a journaler. I need to write my thoughts out. I realized that the concept of journaling seemed a little bit like, this is very specific, right? Bullet journaling. No, I'm just going to scribble any thought that comes in my head and I'm going to write it down. And sometimes you realize you have these negative thoughts about yourself. I am lazy. I don't know what to create. I don't know what I'm doing. No, scrap that thought and write the complete opposite thought. That's who I am. That's what I'm thinking. And sometimes when a bad thought comes into your head, you need to be like, oh, I see you thought. Bloop. New one. But yes, it might sound crazy, but crazy wins. Period. Do less to do more. Because you know, sometimes we were thinking hustle, 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 work, 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 hard, 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 grind, grind, grind. No, no. Do less to do more. If you are really trying to change, you have to go through this period of slowing down and observing what's actually creating the life that you want, the body that you want, the experiences that you want. Because sometimes we're doing way too much. We're spread way too thin and we're unfocused. It's time to stop it all. That rest and recuperation potentially has been the biggest thing that has changed my life. I had to learn last year to prioritize play. Played a little too hard. But then after I prioritized play, I prioritized rest. I don't think there's shame in enjoying. And this brings me nicely to my sponsor, Sky. If you don't know, I'm part of Sky's Cinema Club. And every single month, they come out with original and blockbuster movies. One thing about me, I'm gonna rest and I'm gonna watch a movie. And actually this month, I was watching, I believe it's called The Beekeeper, with Jason Statham. He is actually Rosie Huntington's husband. And I love him. I love his accent. It's an action movie. And I'm not gonna tell you that I love action movies. But do I like Jason in the action movie? Yes, I do. The storyline is actually about something happens bad to his neighbor and he decides to go and bat up the people who scammed his neighbor and ruined her life. And I love the idea of a man coming in to save and do the right thing and be bad about it. It's slightly given born. It's an original and I thought it was absolutely great. Now with Sky Cinema, they come out with movies every single month. Am I gonna make sure I have a movie night once a month? Yes, I am. Might I do it in the afternoon on a Tuesday? Maybe I will. Because as I mentioned, rest and taking time to do the things that you enjoy is very important. And also, if you have Sky Cinema membership, you get 2 free redeemable View cinema tickets once a month. So if you decide that you want to actually get out the house, then you have that option there. And The Beekeeper is currently out in cinemas, so you might want to use those free tickets to enjoy it if you are a Sky Cinema customer. I will have details in the description bar below. So when I talk about prioritizing play, I mean it. And I think that one thing I would say about, say, Gen Z, you guys are getting it. As a millennial, and I did write a book. Where's my book? I did write a book. It was called Heart and Hustle. Maybe my next book will be called Hustle Slow, period. But for serious, I do think that the younger generation are understanding the importance of balance. And I will also talk about the importance of a season. There is a season to absolutely slow down. There might even be a season to stop. There might be a season to stop. Sit down, stay inside, close the curtains, be alone, turn it off. There might be that season that you are going through. I feel like I'm preaching right now. You might need to be going through that season. And then you are going to rise again like a butterfly. One thing I've done as well, on my specific journey, I sleep. I sleep like a baby. If it's 10, I'm going to bed. Going to bed. I'm not outside. I'm going to bed. I'm going to sleep. And I have no shame. Yes, I am a grandma. Correct. I'm sleeping. Because guess what? Your body refuels and recharges when you sleep. If you are working out a lot, if you are on a fitness journey, if you're on a health journey, the sleep is the first thing you need to think about. My next tip is to create an unshakable routine. What can you do consistently and start off small? Because some people are like, I'm going to drink water, I'm going to do this, I'm going to cut this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to blah, blah, I'm going to do this, You can't do it all. So actually, one of the things that I did specifically on my fitness journey and my weight loss journey is I actually decided to add. So I add a salad before every single meal with apple cider vinegar and olive oil. I learned this technique from the glucose goddess, and there's scientific reasons behind this because it slows down digestion. I said, rather than eating less and I'm dieting this, I'm taking out this and whatever, no, I just eat a salad or broccoli or anything green before I eat my meal. Because number one, it fills you up a lot more, and cultures across time have always done this. And then I eat my fats and my proteins, and then I'll eat my carbs last. So when it comes to your unshakable routine, it's a thing that you don't even have to think about doing. So again, I wake up much earlier now, but I actually didn't used to do the school runs. I now do the school run, and I thought I would hate the school run, but I love, I just have to get up and I have to go on a walk every morning for 20 minutes because I have to walk my kids to school and I have to walk back. So that is now my unshakable routine. I'm up, I'm out. The unshakable routine needs to be things that make you feel better that you can do every single day. There were days where sometimes I was in the dressing gown and it's 12 o'clock. No. I'm up, I'm showered, my teeth are brushed, I've got gym kit on, and I take them kids to school every day. And then I started my day. That is now my routine, and it feels so good. So work out just a small aspect in your life. This is the one thing I want to add. This is the one thing I want to do, and commit to it. Stand on business. Do you know what? I hate this concept of stand on business in a romantic sense because I hate the idea of just disappearing. I just think, as a lover girl myself, I just think this is immaturity from certain people's perspectives. But when I say stand on business, if it's not a definite yes, it's a no. This has been something that I have had to really reflect on because there were things I'm like, maybe, man, and I didn't. I'm like, why would I do that? Anything that's like, it's a no. It's just a no. You want to make your decisions and stick to your decisions and be happy with your decisions. Choose the definite yes, and then if it's not, just let it go. It wasn't part of your destiny. Find your dream team who make you accountable to being the best version of yourself. And actually, I'm going to talk about a good friend of mine. I watched her transform her life in a period of 6 months. I watched her do it. And I remember when she came to my house and she said she's just started journaling, and she's like, I don't write in a journal, I just write it in my notes app. Every single day she started journaling because I remember, she'd had her own period of time or whatever. Within that period of time, she got a new job, she got a new man, and she's the happiest I've ever seen her. And I was like, wow, I see the transformation in her, and I saw her spiritual growth as well. And I remember now seeing her holding me accountable to certain standards as well. And so having friends in my camp and other friends who I've reconnected with me who are standing firm with me in who I want to be make a big difference. Find your dream team who hold you accountable to really change your life and be the ultimate version of yourself. We gonna call this real girl talk. Because you know me, I love having a little meeting with you guys. I'm not going to lie. And these are based on some of the things that are going on in my life that I've seen. And maybe once a month, we'll have these topics, we'll have these conversations. I love talking on social. This is what feels natural to me. I know it's different nowadays, but you know what? We got to do what we got to do, people. Got to do what we got to do.